Hi everyone, I'm Mark Vonneland, the host of Star Wars Rebels Revisited. Join me and my co-host Ashley Brienzo as we do episode watch-alongs, long-form discussions, celebrity interviews, and so much more. Join us every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, only on the Virtual Cantina Network.
Commence primary ignition.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Welcome, Rebels. We hope you all enjoyed that incredibly elevated intro compared to what we used to do. So, welcome,
Oh, yeah.
welcome.
Like, StreamYard is just, giving us so many different options to play around with. And Jeff and Dave and you have really taken it to another level. Like, this is crazy.
We're having a
Crazy
lot of
good.
fun with it.
So good.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for joining. Reminder to everyone, if you are in the chat, to connect StreamYard and Facebook. That way we can see your names when they pop up. Jeff is producing for us tonight, and he will be dropping comments over there. There's Sarah and Mike and Jen. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
And we can read
guys.
your names because you have obviously connected your StreamYard to your Facebook. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And it makes it easy for us to know who you are when we're doing things like this. So
Yeah.
we want to give you
I,
the shout out and the props that you deserve.
We're having a really fun time playing around with StreamYard, which has been our new little toy. And there's just a ton of news happening on the network within Star Wars itself. There was a video game trailer released.
Yeah.
We're obviously we're finally here. We finally did it. It is the start of the summer of Snips, the countdown to Ahsoka. Day one, June 12th. Here we go. Ashley, how are you feeling?
I am feeling excellent. Ahsoka is an amazing character in Star Wars. She's one that, has been in the forefront for a long time, whether you loved her or hated her when she was younger, but she's grown to be a prominent character, not only in this series, but in Star Wars as the whole, and a force for good, a force for change in so many, real life people's lives. And it's so cool that we get to give her a little shout out before we begin with Ahsoka this August.
Yeah, she's definitely a character who has only grown in importance every single year, which is
Mhm.
incredible because usually you have your big moment and then you sort of, trail off into the many footnotes of the many Star Wars characters in history. But Ahsoka just keeps going. And by the way, how cute is the little, I can't point, there we go, the little snip
Love
of
it.
Snips that was created. That summer is definitely from the summer vacation from Lego. And that picture is Clone Wars Season 7 with the sunglasses added. Jeff and Dave, I think, collaborated on that graphic. It looks so good. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely love that graphic. And I love the name. I love just everything about this, and I am really really excited for this.
This is for you, Spencer. This is
Ooh,
Indiana Jones.
bougie.
80s glassware. Yeah, you don't get stuff like this anymore. The
No.
stuff they put on glasses back then, there was no chill. So it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, the stuff you could get at Burger King or
Yeah.
McDonald's. I'm so
These hold
jealous.
up too. These are 40 years old at this point,
I know.
which is crazy.
My mom
Well,
got rid of all mine. Yeah.
We had to rebuy these on eBay. By the way, the answer is eBay, because mine are long used and gone and broken and whatever else. And we've broken a few of these. I have some chipmunk ones. So, um, yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, did you have the jelly jar chipmunk ones?
I don't remember
They ha
which ones we had.
they had
I was
ones.
obsessed with the chipmunks as a kid, so we had
Yeah,
everything.
same. Oh my god. My cousin had an Alvin phone, and I was like, "I want that."
I say I was obsessed with the Christmas album. That was my go-to. That was really fun to listen to. The chipmunks were
Yay.
wild. I don't know how they had such a stranglehold on the culture in the 80s.
We didn't know any better.
But it was all
But it
weird
was
stuff,
amazing.
right?
It
Like
was so
Ewoks
weird.
took over. Yeah, the 80s are so interesting. Almost believe me, there are plenty of podcasts and YouTube shows that do this, but like the 80s were such an interesting intersection of like commerce and art coming together, like obviously
Mhm.
because of the deregulation of TV that happened at the time, and you get all the action figure properties with Masters of the Universe and GI Joe and all those TV shows that are basically commercials for the toys, and they were then legally allowed to happen, which wasn't the case in the 70s. It's why TV took such an interesting turn in the 80s, and it was also the growth of syndication. That's how He-Man and She-Ra and Thundercats and a lot of those other shows were around, like Rainbow Bright. They weren't
Yeah,
specifically on one channel, they were syndicated throughout markets, which was a different business strategy. So
exactly, and I think
it's
the
wild.
merchandising of Star Wars
Yeah.
actually contributed to a lot of that, like, "Well,
Oh, without a
Star
doubt.
Wars is making a killing. Let's
Yeah.
just market all of this as toys and we'll be great," and
So everyone now who's like,
yeah.
"Oh, there's too much content and too much merchandise around that content." Do you remember what a Toys R Us looked like in like the height of it in like the mid
Oh,
to late
yeah.
80s?
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
KB Toys, Child
wild.
World, all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, my parents, especially my dad, brought me to every single one.
Yeah, I used to love just going to the store
Paradise.
was a treat. You didn't even need to leave with anything. It's experience just going. That's the one thing I really miss right now. And I guess I'm
Mhm.
an adult, so I wouldn't really be doing this as much anyway. But the experience of in-store shopping. I was reading another article recently about how even like what used to be the luxury market has sort of like evaporated. Like you can't go to Macy's and get like a free gift with purchase on your special cologne and get like the tote bag. Like that is long gone.
Yeah,
You can go into like other than outside of like a Nintendo store where you're gonna like try out the video game there. Everything is just very transactional, and it's why people are going to e-com. Whereas, like, I think more than ever, I want like an experiential experience in the store. Like, it's why I'm
yeah, I wanna turn a corner and just be in awe of things.
yeah,
I miss that.
yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, I had a bunch of Shira figures, Sarah, along with all my Masters of.
Same. Oh my god. I still have my Rainbow Bright Starlight horse with the yarn hair and my
Oh yeah.
Simba doll, talking Simba, purring Simba. I had all of them. Roaring Simba.
So
Yes.
this is Masters of the Universe Class. This is a custom of a
Hordak.
character. He's Prince Zed, and I made this guy. I commissioned it. So this
Oh,
is a custom
cool.
commission. The glare is killing me, but he's one of my favorites, and he actually like kind of looks like me, which is not intentional. But yeah, like I love this whole lineup. But that's how deep I am. Like I'm
Yeah.
into customs on top of like the regular lineup. So, but like believe me,
Damn,
when people
boy.
show me their weird Star Wars stuff, I was like, I gotcha. But we have
That's amazing.
as we were saying on the Star Wars front, we have so much to get into. First of all, it's June, so happy Pride Month, everyone.
Woo woo, happy Pride, and
Party,
please
party.
remember that it is not just a celebration of LGBTQIA plus rights and love for the community. It is also a protest to all the atrocities that are still occurring, and the right for people to exist
Yep.
is still very much a fight.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is just a big month, and
The
we're here celebrating with
parade,
all of you. Yes.
yes, the parade is really a march,
Yes.
at least in New York, and I think in most places it is.
Hmm.
We have our parade here in New York City. I think Boston had theirs last weekend. Um, New York is with the 25th, whatever that Sunday is. So
Right.
we have 2 more weeks left in the month. We are going to be celebrating. Actually, we're celebrating on on the network in a few ways already.
Yeah.
Um, oh, Rebels Pride shirt! Yay, Sarah!
All right,
Definitely, you have to post
Sarah.
a picture in the group. I have to order mine.
Yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
meaning to do that. So, couple notes on that front. One, we have to announce our winner at the end of the show from the raffle from last week, which we forgot to do. There was a shirt coming your way. Um, Also, we are announcing a Pride one episode show, not a show, just a one episode, one episode
Celebration.
special event,
Yes.
a Pride show with all of the queer hosts on the network, of which there are many. I did
Mhm.
not even realize. So a group of us will be getting together later this June to do a special one-off queer Star Wars extravaganza. Agenda forthcoming, by the way. We're not 100% sure what we're going to talk about yet, but we're going to celebrate Pride in a big way. Um,
Absolutely. We'll work it out.
that's gonna be really fun. And then we have got the shirts on collection. So I know Spencer's watching. He may make us make it a series. But we have numerous shirts available celebrating Pride, including my favorite Wookiee Pride Day or something like that. So and
Yeah.
the Rebels Pride one, which of course is the one I'll have to get. So
Absolutely. Juan says he has his Pride Funko stuff and Disney figures up.
ooh,
That's awesome. Thank
oh,
you,
very
Juan. That's
nice. Thank you,
amazing.
Juan.
And Sherry said that she was mad she didn't make it to her little suburbs pride picnic over the weekend. It's okay.
All all month long there's pride events happening. We were just in
Yeah.
Philly, so my husband and I were actually we had a multi-pronged event, celebrating 19 years together,
Woo
because we met
woo!
on June 9th, 2004, which I don't understand how that happened, because I'm not that old. I'm in my 20s. This doesn't make sense. So we're together for 19 years, so we decided, let's just do a quick weekend getaway that's not a convention. That was the only guardrail
Cute.
on the trip, because that's all we do is go to conventions and other Star Wars events. And then it turned into, we were either going to go to Baltimore, Philly, or Boston, someplace close, easy, quick getaway. The Disney 100 is in Philly. It's playing in London, Rome, and Philly. One of those things is not like the other. We
Totally.
went
Oh
to,
my
yeah,
god.
it's at the Franklin Institute, which is a historic museum. Oh, thank you. Um, we had a nice weekend. We went to the Disney 100. It is okay. I will tell you now, if you're a fan of Disney, it's fine. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's actually not worth your time.
Oh.
Thank you for the capitalization, Jeff. um, the Disney 100 is, we joked, like a pretty big commercial for Disney Plus, but they have some cool stuff on there, some historical relics and things like that. A lot of recreations. It's fine. There's some great YouTube tours. And by the way, like, don't go out of your way to go to Philly to see it. And if you can't get to the geography, the Mammoth Club, who we're huge fans of,
Yes, I
have a
love
giant.
Molly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Molly's my favorite individual Star Wars YouTuber. She has
Yes.
a really um, comprehensive video of her and her
Oh, good.
husband, Alan, going to the tour.
I'll have
They
to
were
see
there, I
that.
guess, the weekend before we were. And it's that video is probably 12 minutes long and does a good enough job. So the Star Wars section is pitiful, but it is a slice of the 100 years of Disney.
Yeah,
And,
it's a lot of
Star Wars has only
content,
been a
I can
part of it for
understand
less
it.
than 10 years. So, yeah.
Oh, happy anniversary to you and your wife, Juan. 19 years for them too.
Oh, wow.
That's
Oh, happy
amazing.
anniversary. How exciting.
Mwah, happy
Yeah.
anniversary to you
Yeah.
guys.
Happy anniversaries, birthdays, Pride Month, everything. It's a fun month. We're celebrating a lot. It's the kickoff of summer. It is the
Yeah.
kickoff of summer of Snips, and we're also back to watch parties. For the next 12 weeks ish, 11 weeks, we will be actually watching episodes of Rebels, which I feel like we haven't done in a little while. And we do have a couple of surprises along the way, including another interview that's coming up, which is very exciting. And
Yes.
it's going to be a really, really fun month. We had a blast last week. Congrats, Ashley, on the premiere of Daughters of Galaxy.
Oh, thank you so
Daughters of
much.
the
Oh my
Galaxy.
God. I don't know what it is, but when you get me and Jamie in a room, like you and I as well, like you get us all in a room and we just start talking, it's like it just goes. It just goes and it flows. And I love that had such an integral rapport with you guys, and you guys in the chats, you contributed just as much as we did. And it's not just our show, it's your show as well. And we hope you come back for our next one next a week from this Wednesday.
Hmm.
So we hope to
So the
see you
21st.
in the chats on the
Yes.
21st. Yes.
Yes. And that Padme is our topic.
We
Yeah.
gotta go
Padme
with the
Amidala.
mom of Space Mom. We have
The
to do
mom of
this.
moms. Yeah.
The
The,
mom
the,
of
the
Space Mom.
grand mom, as it was.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
she is, yeah. And of course, we're doing everything character focused. So as you guys saw on the last episode, if you watched, we talked to Leia, which included all the actresses who brought her to life, the various places you could find Leia content, which there's a
Hmm.
lot. She's in all
There's
the
a
forms
lot.
of
Yeah.
media. The same will be true for Padme. Padme Amidala is a critical participant in the prequels, and then has a lot of impact on the rest of the series. Obviously, a huge part of the Clone Wars. Yeah, it's going to be a
And a
fantastic show.
fashion icon. Like
Oh my
we
god,
could
more than
probably
anything else.
spend like the entire show talking about her fashion from like all
Yeah,
facets of Padme-ness. We really could.
yeah.
So
Oh, it's crazy. And she also has some deep connections to Ahsoka.
exactly.
So good timing with that. All part of the summer of Snips. And then you can imagine some of the other women we're going to discuss every other week, or just about every other week. It's the first and third Wednesday of every month. So Ashley and Jamie on the comms. I'm working the StreamYard behind the scenes. We're having a blast. And
So
thank you
much
everyone
fun.
who joined us for the premiere. That was an exhilarating episode.
It
So I was,
really was. It
yeah,
was
it
so much
was a good
fun.
time.
And I love you guys for joining us. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we have another super, super, super important lady to talk about tonight, with the premiere with the start of Summer Snips with Ahsoka. It's actually sort of a two-part watch along. We're going to do the last couple minutes of Fire Across the Galaxy, which we already know as a family we have watched together. This is the Ahsoka Lives moment. And we're going to watch. We just all want to experience it one more time together, and then we're going to do Siege of Lothal, which I actually held off of. Usually I rewatch over the weekend, as you know, and take copious notes. I wanted to go in just like one, I was away, and I got in last night, and I was like, I'm gonna just go in fresh. Like I guess
Exactly.
I probably watched it a month ago. Who are we kidding? But that's
Yeah.
fresh for me. Like just
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's for the best because it's organic. It gives you like real time reactions. So make sure you connect your Facebook accounts to StreamYard by doing this to make sure we can see you in the chats. But yeah, we will run the gamut of the women of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So do not
That's
worry, we got you covered.
Send in your recommendations. And as we joked a few times already, the show wouldn't have been possible 5 years ago. It would have been a mini series. Now it is
Yeah.
an ongoing series. So it will be easy for you guys to, there will be plenty of time to get to the expanded universe and everyone else. Yes. And if you want to host a show, email Spencer. He'll take care of you. No, in my role of programming director, I guess I should be the front line of that. Don't email Spencer, email me.
Yeah,
So
bother
we'll talk
Mark.
about getting you a show. Um,
Juan wants to know how he does the watch along. So what you'll do is you'll queue up your Disney Plus to Star Wars Rebels, and it's season 1, episode 15,
15.
Fire
Yep.
Across the Galaxy, and it's the last 5 minutes of that episode.
We're gonna
That's what we're
start.
gonna be
Actually,
at.
before we'll do the countdown in a second, but like
Yeah.
the timestamp is literally 19 minutes even.
Okay.
It's sort of where the action ends of the escape, and then when Ahsoka makes herself known. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that, and then we'll jump into Siege of Lothal.
Cool.
And yeah, for thank you everyone who tuned in in Women of the Galaxy. Anyone who didn't tune in yet, it's available up on YouTube, on the Virtual Cantina network channel, or on the Facebook page. And as Spencer mentioned, highest watch premiere on the VCN, which
Wow,
is
that
very
still
exciting.
blows my mind. Honest to God, like
I gotta tell you, like I've been on all the shows, right? I've done the gamut of them, either as a
Yeah.
guest host or just popping in. The chat was like nothing I've ever seen. You guys are a chatty bunch on Mondays, which is really fun. It keeps us excited. Like, we have a lot of interaction. The Daughters of the Galaxy chat, oh man, I was trying to keep up and I was like, throw it up on the screen. Then I'm clicking the wrong button. Banners are flashing for the wrong thing. I was like, we'll get it sorted. But it was, yeah, a little bit of that. It was fun though. We had such
So
a
much
great
fun.
time.
Tank Farrick.
Yeah.
When all in doubt, just type in Tank Farrick and you
We've
can
got
get
some go-tos that are like ready to go for sure. Yeah. With that in mind, we're 20 past the hour. Let's start
Let's do
Fire
it.
Across the Galaxy, do those last couple of minutes, and then we'll go right into Siege of Lothal. So everyone cue up your Disney Plus machine.
So you queue up season 1, episode 15, Fire Across the Galaxy. Your timestamp is exactly 19 minutes into the episode. Mike says you were like that Kermit the Frog meme with the typewriter, or the cat and the keyboard.
The cat at the keyboard was actually how I felt, because believe me, it was very that. But it was a blast. Thank you, Mike, for joining.
Yeah, love
Um,
it.
Alrighty, let's count us down. You want to do it, Ashley?
Alrighty, we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, you know they're gonna save you, Kanan. Oh. Oh. Who is flying the ghost, you guys?
So this is after Kanan and Ezra defeated the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor, now known as, and they were rescued by Bail Organa. And so
So
now
look,
he's going to reveal to them everything that's going on, including who was Fulcrum.
look at this regiment here. They're just like, whoa, guards in our ship. Da-da-da-da! It's Bill! I love Sabine's hair in this episode. Like this season. It's so good. I love the blue and orange. Yes. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, girl.
People
Chopper's
heard
like,
Ezra's message.
Chopper's cool. Cats know people.
Mhm. So how many fulcrums have there been? Because at this point, fulcrum, which is the code word for the spy, we'll say, who is
Mhm.
feeding information to the rebel cells, there's been a few of them. Ahsoka is revealed to be the one that was communicating directly with Hera all throughout season one. We also find out that Agent Callus at this point
Yeah, this is
um,
another.
is a fulcrum. We won't get that reveal until season three. And then Leia Organa is technically a fulcrum. Bail Organa was a fulcrum. Is it revealed that Emphas Nest was a fulcrum? Am I imagining that? Or is it just Cassian for sure? Cassian Andor?
Cassian's
Um,
a
yeah,
Bill, yeah. Agent Mutton Chops.
yep. And here's Darth Vader. He
Ooh,
looks great in the Rebels design, by the way. I
I
love Rebels
do.
Vader. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
me too.
All right, well, Ahsoka lives, and where were you when it happened? Like the hashtag blowing up on Twitter. I tell people all the time, I was home. Like I made it a point because I was a licensee at the time, to be home when this episode aired on the East Coast and watch it live. And I gave away trading cards. I felt very
Oh,
fancy,
wow.
because
So
I was working for
fancy.
Tops and it was a blast, and I wanted to be in the Twitter. And by the way, Twitter was not what it was for Rebels. Like like it was the hashtag was barely trending, but then Ahsoka Lives happened and it exploded. And like once it was revealed it was her, one, it spoiled it for everyone in the world because West Coast didn't get the viewing until 3 hours later, and Ahsoka Lives was trending worldwide like minutes after it happened. It
I'm
was like the
so
biggest
sorry,
whoopsie, and
California people.
yeah,
I'm
it's
so
like
sorry.
that's your moment where it's like, let's all mute at all things Star Wars whenever anything big is happening. But no one
Oh, I
expected Rebels
know.
was going to reveal something like this. It was wild.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
way, no way. And honestly, like if you're like me and your first introduction to Star Wars animation isn't Clone Wars but Rebels,
Hmm.
um it wasn't a huge deal, like as big of a deal that could have been. Like I'm
Right.
pretty sure if I had watched Clone Wars first, I'd be like, "Oh my god, she's okay. Oh my god, she looks so good." Like I would have been doing that. But like this was like, okay, I kind of remember Ahsoka from, hearing about Clone Wars and all the merchandise and stuff like that. Like that's cool. I like how they gave her like an updated look and her lightsabers look awesome and they're
Hmm.
white and it's just the details were great. And obviously Ashley Eckstein, top notch. Love that they got her back for this. And it kind of kicked off Ahsoka into like a new level of badassery because she's not a Jedi,
Yeah.
but she's still involved in the rebellion.
And when we eventually get the line, "I am no Jedi," oof, like I still say it.
Chills.
Yeah, they did a really good job with this character in Rebels. Um, Yeah. But yeah, I love what they did. And now you're gonna so that was the intro. Now we're gonna get to see her do things. So let's get ready for season two, episode one, Siege of Lothal, which when they announced the name, I was like, where's my Siege of Mandalore? I was that guy, right? But Siege of Lothal is
Yeah.
awesome because now there are consequences.
Mhm.
The rebels went to Mustafar, killed the Inquisitor, and they rescued Kanan, killed the Inquisitor, escaped. Bale and everyone like got them out of there, and now Ahsoka is revealed, right? Like a lot happened in Fire Across the Galaxy, and then we waited months until we got the premiere of season two. This is the now consequences. So, um,
And I love Dave Filoni wearing the shirt with like Ahsoka lives question mark, and then he
mhm,
takes off his jacket and it says Ahsoka lives exclamation point.
yep.
And it was just people went nuts in that panel,
Oh
and
yeah, I can't
rightfully
imagine.
so. Yeah.
Um, uh, oh,
Oh, one was there.
okay,
That's awesome.
that's fantastic. All right, let's start season two, episode one, Siege of Lothal. You want to do another 5 second countdown?
All right, kids, we're gonna start season 2,
You
episode
can let him
1,
in.
Siege of Lazal, part 1, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, see, I'm clicking the wrong thing. You can let the cat in.
Oh, crazy Hicks.
Yeah, he's a baby. He just needs attention. We were away for a day, so of
Aw.
course, um, and so for season two, episode one, we'll do the whole episode. Uh, we're um, we're in it now. We just wanted to give everyone a taste of the Ahsoka Lives from here on out. So this week is season two, episode one. Next week is season two, episode two. We're going to make our way through all of the Ahsoka episodes, going through Twilight of the Apprentice, World Between Worlds, and we've got some surprises along the way, which we're very excited to reveal soon, but not yet.
Yes, it's coming. I love this. I love
Mhm.
seeing it kick off with an epic space battle. Poor Zeb. Oh my god. Sabine is a pretty solid pilot.
Yeah, all of them are actually really good. It's interesting to have. I always think like piloting is kind of like driving in Star Wars. Like you kind of need to know how to fly something, even if it's just a speeder, like or a small scale kind of ship. But then there are people who are in like the top um, 10% where like Hera lives, right? Like
Yeah,
Sabine is passable and actually quite good. She's probably one standard deviation out. Hera's probably two out. But even Ezra and Kanan can pilot. Zeb can pilot. Chopper can pilot. The whole Ghost is fully capable.
absolutely. Oh no. In Phoenix 1, you're not gonna live because your face is covered.
Yeah, and he's wearing red, girl.
You don't wear red in Star Wars. You don't wear red in Star Trek. Like it just happened.
Oh, and here's Commander Sato.
Yeah. Pew pew.
We love Keone Young over here. He's one of our favorites. Ashley
So
and I
fun.
keep talking about this. We met him back in November,
Yeah,
and he was super nice. And we're going to see a lot of him in season 3. He does appear, of course, in season 2. He has a lot of activity in season 3. Sort of the opposite of Ahsoka, where there's a lot of her in season 2 and very little in season 3. You get sort of the reverse with Sato.
definitely.
Do you think that Sabine has the Force, Dave? I'm going to put this up on the screen. I think this is a good question because in the trailer for Ahsoka, we see her wielding Ezra's lightsaber, which we know he left behind with her intentionally, and she knows how to fight with the dark saber. And it's kind of just any type of melee weapon, but she's particularly good at a lightsaber. And I always joke about like the way she jumps. I was like, there's some Jedi jumping, you know?
Yeah. But she's just a badass. Like she's just so skilled. And she's had to be on her own for so long and know how to fight, being in the Empire. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
probably stuff she has to learn in the academy.
Yeah. And look,
Thanks, Sarah.
Sarah is saying
I agree with
you
you,
don't
Sarah.
need to be force sensitive. I agree. I don't think you need to be. I do think you need to know how to drive a plane, or for whatever you need to pilot something.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like having a
so,
license to drive in this galaxy.
yeah.
Oh, Minister Tua,
Oh, girl.
girl.
Yeah, we could do a whole. Well, we'll put her on the Daughters of the Galaxy checklist at some point. I love Minister Tua because I love to hate Minister Tua. Um, Voiced by the amazing Kath Soucie, by the way, who also
A
does Mon
legend.
Mothma in the
Yeah,
Clone Wars. And by the way, those are her like two least important credits over the course of her illustrious voiceover career. Let me tell you.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. She was. It's hard to feel bad for her, you know.
Yeah. The Macquarie development on Vader, just the angular designs. I love it.
hmm
Those red lenses.
Oh, there it is. That's the line. I have no experience with such brutal taxes. She's just a paper pusher. She's like bad at her job and just a bureaucrat. And he's like, I want you to commit war crimes. And she's like, I just wanted there to be like decent public safety. It's like such a different level of, you know, she wants to crack down on graffiti and he's like, we're gonna do genocide. So
Oh.
you know,
And she's like, "Oh crap, what have I done?"
Yeah. Look, she backed the wrong side, right? So it's hard to feel bad for that because she was mean to Ezra. That's enough. Yeah. So I mean, while I love this round table of all of the heroes, this is our crew. How lucky are we? We like
So
all nine
lucky.
of them or whatever it is. It's kind of amazing.
And I love the changes in Ahsoka's outfit. Like it's, no crop tops, but still like highly functional. And you can see that he uses some of it, like that belt, that ring belt in the Mandalorian and Ahsoka. Hello. Speaking of Ahsoka. Hi.
We're getting a little mini unified force breaking out in the chat over here. Mike and Dave is thinking there might be some force sensitivity, right?
Yeah.
Because of how she wields a dark saber. Mike is saying you don't necessarily need to have the force to allow the force to guide you. So I think that's
Sure.
interesting and valid.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sabine has the force, and I would actually think that she's probably just well trained, like you and I think it was Sarah, and you were saying like she's been to the academy, she's gotten formal training, she's just very disciplined at all things. Um,
Hmm.
it doesn't necessarily mean the force isn't with her in some way. If it's kind of like all of us, like if we all can tap into the force, but we can't all wield the force, but can we listen to it? Um, yeah, this is a good question. I don't know if I don't know if I'm capable of answering that. I'm certainly not able to do it while we're doing the watch along. It would have to be one of those where we come prepared and bring notes and have a unifying force discussion. So Dave, you'll have to set up an episode like that would be an interesting topic. Is Sabine force sensitive?
And I love how, like, Ezra can sense her fear and
Yeah.
knows she's telling the truth, and they zoom in on Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's like, you know.
There's a lot of discussion of fear in this episode because of course we're going to see Vader.
The embodiment of fear in Star Wars.
Mhm. Oh, this comes back. So the real reason that the Empire is on Lothal. Yeah, the Emperor himself. By the way, this is like the longest con because they don't tell us in this episode, in the next episode, or even this season. We don't find out that the of like why the Empire is interested in Lothal until
Yeah.
the tail end of season 4. Like
Yeah.
when I
The
tell you
very end of the
weeks
series.
from the
Yeah.
finale.
Yeah.
So um, I almost wonder if they forgot and they were like, "Oh wow, we better close up that loose end," or if they were really planning it that far in advance, or if they just wanted to drop something and they're like, "Oh, I'll come back to that." Because Dave sometimes likes to start a question and then give the answer at a much later date because he doesn't want to box himself in. Sort of
Absolutely.
his
Yeah.
Thrawn Ezra disappearing trick kind of thing. He said something about not wanting to commit to exactly what happened right there in the moment, but wanted to come back to it. It could be a little bit of that.
Okay, this is where, like, Kanan and Hera have problems because Hera's, using, like, military protocol terms,
Mhm.
and Kanan's like, "We're just doing things."
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's been so Juan's asking a good question. Why is Kanan so angry? Um, he he saw the clones exterminate all of his people, the Jedi, because they were
Yeah.
following orders,
He does
right? Good
not
soldiers
trust the
follow orders.
military. Yeah.
So it is a question of, what did he sign up for being a rebel? They were just going to fight the Empire. Now he's part of a military force, which he didn't want to do again. We find this out later, but watching Master Depa Billaba get shot down by a bunch of clones in front of him uh, means he doesn't trust Jedi, or doesn't trust clones, um, because they exterminated the Jedi. So I understand his hesitation, his trepidation, and who can you trust in this episode, right? Like,
Absolutely.
you don't want to be part of this military thing, and then Minister Tua, I wouldn't trust her. I'd let her fry. She has some information we need, but I would probably just take the information and kill her. Like, I'm not giving her safe passage to nothing. You're gonna have safe passage to the garbage chute. Like, frankly,
Dianoga for you, lady.
yeah. I realize that makes me a bad person, but I also stand by it.
No, because she was perfectly willing to sacrifice an entire planet to the
Yeah,
Empire,
yeah.
and she only cared about the planet and the people when it came to affect her.
Yeah.
When she was in the hot water and the hot seat with the Emperor himself and Darth Vader, a Sith Lord,
Hmm.
that is the only time she gave a damn. So, zero pity.
Yeah, exactly. And I realize that the purpose of Star Wars is redemption. And I say it all the time. I love Return of the Jedi because at the time it flipped everything on its head. Like Luke wins through love, not violence, right?
Right.
And now I'm like, slice him up. I'm like I've just like lost all my patience. Um, you know, it's the joke about how it's Pride Month right now, and I was like, we're waiting for Wrath Month. I'm ready. Let's go Wrath next month, all through July.
All through July.
Yep. Which I think on our Pride show we might be giving away one of the Pride T-shirts. So By the way, the t-shirts are up on TeePublic for the Pride collection, along with all the Rebels Revisited shirts. I should get my Pride one in time to wear for the Pride episode. I'm pretty sure, based on when we're going to do it toward the end of June. It'll probably be the off week that we don't have the Daughters of the Galaxy episode that
Right.
Wednesday. We're
Yeah.
finalizing the details now. But yeah, we'll have a little giveaway, of course, because we're going to celebrate.
Right there, one, you can see it. It's www.tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina.
There's a whole lineup of stuff, including the baseball jerseys that are up there. Oh wait, no, are the baseball jerseys on the TeePublic, or is that a separate thing?
I think that's a separate thing.
Separate
Yeah.
thing. See,
Yeah, they're different manufacturer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
there's
totally
also
different
one for-
style of shirt, so it comes from a different source.
Gotcha.
We have an
It's just
amazing
stitched and
selection on
fancy.
TeePublic and a handful of really cool ones on other sites
yeah,
for
Cool.
limited
I thought they were
runs.
separate. Yeah, and I think the baseball jerseys are up for sale through the end of the month. And obviously TeePublic has all of the t-shirts.
Yep, it's pinned on the Facebook page, as David said.
Yep.
So I think Kanan has a really hard time with the militarization of their group, because before it was just they were a small group of rebels doing what they had to do,
Mhm.
and this scares him. As he
Um,
tells Hera, "I saw what war did to everybody."
to
just the
everyone,
Jedi.
right? There were losers on every side. So no one won the Clone Wars except for Palpatine. Like, that's the crazy thing. I talked about this recently about how every season of Rebels feels like its own thing. Like season 2 is about the crew going from being its sort of self-contained Firefly-esque kind of traveling group of misfits to
Mhm.
now being part of a larger military. Like Commander Sato is all over this episode. There's structure. There's like legitimately a staff meeting, right? Kanan is pushing back against rules and procedure. There were no rules and procedure in season 1. Like they were
No.
figuring stuff out as they went. Like it was very that. So
They made
this
up a
season,
plan
like,
and just did it.
and
Yeah.
they had to redo it every time because none of their plans worked on the first go. That's the kind of thing
Yeah.
where it's like now we're getting into the larger Star Wars universe. Bigger villains, more structure. I mean, I think it's an interesting feel for this season because it carries throughout. It's like, what does it look like for this little ragtag team to be part of a much bigger cause than just like, hey, we're interested in Lothal. We're dealing with
Right.
the entirety of fighting the Empire.
And as Sarah said in the novel, like Kanan didn't even want to be a part of anything. Like he just was perfectly fine being a loner, and he fell in love with Hera, and they had that bond, and that was their thing that they did together. So totally agree. I love that book. It's so good. If you love Kanan and Hera,
And that's
read The
Rebel
New Dawn.
Rising, right?
No, A New Dawn.
Or New Dawn. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's Rebel Rising? Why am I blanking on that one?
Um,
Now I'm gonna have to Google it because
now I'm
that's what
gonna,
happened.
yeah, that's a
Yeah.
question for Miss Jamie Graham
Yes.
because she's the bookworm, and for
And
Mike Delicard as
Bryce and
well.
Mike. Yeah. Our book
Yeah,
guy.
see,
New
Mike knows
Dawn.
what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, Kanan. Probably the only stormtrooper that loses their helmet in a blast.
Star Wars Rebel Rising, young adult novel written by Beth Revis. It's Jyn Erso. That's what it was. Okay. See,
Ah.
I knew it. It's not Rebels related. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave nails it over here. The rebellion really came to life because it's ragtag groups coming together. It is a very bottom up, like built from the bottom type of organization,
Mhm.
loosely held together. It's why all these like random rebel cells sort of have to learn how to cooperate. They mentioned that in Andor, how it's all these disparate groups that, like, some of them were separatists, and some of them wanted to restore the Republic. They couldn't even agree on what they wanted, other than the fact that they didn't want to be in the Empire.
True. Callus looks a little too happy here. Never trust it when Callus looks happy.
Mm.
At least for the first couple seasons. I have that action figure of Kanan and the Stormtrooper armor.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I think you sent it to me.
It's possible, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did. I love the visuals in this too. It's very Macquarie. That yellow sky with the dark
Yeah.
shapes.
Filoni says something about that. No blue skies. Not until we get to the very, very end.
Mhm. Yes, thank you, Juan. That's awesome.
I'm looking at Scooby's comment.
Ooh, Chopper, what are you doing? Sorry.
Saw Gerrera not playing particularly well with others. Yep.
Like when Han Solo enabled Emphas Nest to create the rebellion. That's what David says.
I'll slap him. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, David.
Happy birthday,
No,
David!
we'll let that comment slide.
Everybody blew up his chats.
Yeah.
Wish him a very happy birthday.
And Juan, when your shirt arrives, make sure you post a picture to the group. Thank you for supporting us on Pride Month. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
And Dave, it's your birthday. Why the hell are you here? What are you doing? Go out to dinner. Go do something. So to celebrate something.
It's Monday. He works in a school.
Oh,
Like,
that's true. Yeah,
it kind of options are limited until the weekend.
I know. Hopefully, you did something fun this weekend.
Yeah.
We had a really nice time in Philly, despite the fact that the Star Wars thing was a little under. It was a
You were
little
just whelmed.
underwhelming. Yeah, exactly. I was just whelmed. It was fine. Uh, the the rest of the weekend ended up being really great, and even though Philly Pride was the weekend prior, they still had some stuff. So like the
Yeah.
Flyers were running like a street fair kind of thing. So we got
Oh,
these like
cool.
Pride hockey pucks. And I got a Philly hat, and I have a photo of Gritty. They brought Gritty. Gritty was there. I have a photo with Gritty, you
Yes.
guys. Oh, and best case, I went to Four Seasons Total Landscaping, you guys. You have no idea the scene of the crime. I went there, and not only did I go there, we had to cross a police line because the tanker exploded on I-95 at the exit. That's the exit for the Four Seasons Total Landscaping. We didn't realize because we weren't paying attention to the news because we're just visiting from out of town. And so
Yeah.
we get in the Uber, and it should be a 20-minute ride. Why is it taking over a half an hour? Can't turn down where we need to go. I-95 is closed. Looking on the news, oh my God, a tanker truck exploded, took down 2 lanes. I-95 is closed in both directions for like 4 miles in a stretch of Philadelphia, or a stretch of Pennsylvania now,
God.
shutting down like the largest interstate in the country, right?
Oh my
And we're
God.
headed right that way. So we're walking through these like abandoned, like you don't even know. I got to send you the pictures, Ashley. It was wild. So we were like, when
Ooh.
I tell you feet away from where the explosion, you can see the smoke from the pictures we took, but we were able to walk on over to the Four Seasons. I got pictures in front. I'm wearing my Four Seasons t-shirt. It's not Star Wars related, so I didn't put it up in the group, but like if you
Right.
follow me on my actual Facebook page, I'll put those up later this week.
Oh my God, I
Um,
can't wait. I thought
Unreal.
you were kidding when you posted about it. Like, this is
No,
dope.
this is a bucket list event for me because that's where Giuliani had his like major meltdown. It was, and remember the media. I can't. I just everything about it is the greatest. It's the greatest thing that's possibly happened in my life. I
Oh
realize
my
that's
gosh,
hyperbole, but
that's
it's just so
amazing.
stupid. I made my poor husband come with me to go to this like abandoned commercial park. Like it was so sketchy. It was just insane. Yeah, I'll post it on Twitter. I'll post it on every social media channel I have tomorrow. Today was all about Summer of Snips. And the start of our episode of Rebels Revisited and the start of this big program. So I didn't want to take away from that, but yeah, Jason, he managed. He was fine. He was actually really good, but I always drag him to something insane. And this
I
was
love
just
how like
another instance.
Ezra's trying to use the Force and Jedi mind tricks, and Kanan's like, no.
He's not good enough yet. Yeah.
Hello, Ahsoka Tano. We're celebrating your month.
Zap.
I need to breathe. Have you smelled? So he even
He
acknowledges
smelled
that
it.
he's smelly. Okay, poor
I think he's
Zeb.
just naturally smelly.
It's that Lissat smell. It's like Wookiee smell. They don't have
Yeah.
conditioners in
The
space.
Gritty picture is really good. I'm catching up on the comments now. Yeah, between Gritty and Four Seasons, it was a
What a
wild weekend.
weekend, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Helmet crush. I love it. That helmet, that Sabine helmet is awesome too.
Yeah, I like the pink
I'm
paint.
not a huge pink person, but yeah. It's
That's a
Sabine.
great group
I'll
shot,
wear
by
it
the way,
anywhere.
of them coming out of the elevator. It's one of their best group photos because they're all like posed and ready to
Yeah,
strike.
ready to kick
It's a
some
good
butt.
one. Yeah, and it's a good. It still looks very season 1, even though it's the start of season 2. because not really a lot of time has passed. There's sometimes big time jumps.
Ooh.
Shield generators.
Those are important.
Those come back too. I forget exactly where now, but they don't. There's a reason they linger. It's not just like, hey, grab it. There's like a reason.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
Kanan feels it.
Oh no.
Run faster then. Like, why are you stopping?
He's right behind you. If you are
Yeah,
within any distance of this Sith Lord,
yeah,
effing run. Effing
yeah.
run.
There's
Yeah.
there's no
Righto,
stopping
Jeff.
Darth Vader.
GTFO. Bye. And then
I think
ends right
Rebels
there.
makes Vader more menacing than most other Star Wars. Like,
Totally.
it's kind of crazy.
Until Rogue One,
Yeah.
like honestly, Vader wasn't too much to fear, but like yeah, this definitely like upped the ante. And Henry Gilroy wrote this episode, which
Oh, I think I knew that.
I have a
Yeah.
really cute photo, and when Lothcats were introduced to Galaxy's Edge, my friend David picked one up for me and brought it to our booth at San Diego Comic-Con. And I wasn't at the table yet because I think I was meeting Doug Jones down at the Hallmark booth. And Henry Gilroy walked by and they got a picture of Henry Gilroy holding my Lothcat Kenobi. So it was, I'll have to post it in the group. It's amazing. The guy's like
Yeah,
one of the
definitely post that.
prolific reasons why Star Wars Rebels is so good.
We- Um, I have no contacts with him, but I will. He's someone I would love to talk to.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
That'd be very cool. Um, so Juan, are you saying you're going to be at San Diego Comic Con?
That's awesome. Mark
We
will
are
be
going to
there.
plan. I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be working the booth at De Nuevo
I
Novo.
wish.
We're going to try to get together with the VCN people. We haven't put something up yet because the show is still about a month away, but we are going to put a placeholder event. We're trying to figure out like a location that'll work to get everyone to that's not incredibly challenging to get to, and figuring out when. We know there are a zillion after parties at San Diego, so
Yeah,
I can't promise it will be
not
great.
just the tin fish.
Yeah. You have to get out of the gas lamp. That's the
Yeah,
problem. Like, it's just, I said this last time, 500,000 people descend on a town that's incapable of dealing with 500,000 people. And it's the same, it's been that way for 50 years. So we will make it work. We'll have a great time regardless. I have some breaking news. So we have our winner from last week's t-shirt giveaway.
yes.
So congratulations to Peter Smith from Facebook. He is our
Yay!
winner of the t-shirt giveaway. So we'll be messaging you after
Congratulations.
the show. Congrats. I don't see you in the chat actually right now.
Yeah,
But we will reach out to you. For some reason you are here and just not typing. Congratulations. And thank you for everyone who's been tuning in and playing with us and messaging and all. It's been really fun. What do we have coming up that we need to talk about? We've got a slew of things happening on the channel this month.
yeah.
Um,
We're busy.
yeah, today is the official start of Summer Snip. So that was season 2, episode 1, Siege of Lothal Part 1. Join us next week for Siege of Lothal Part 2, where we'll see what happens when Ezra and Kanan take on Darth Vader, and Ahsoka joins the fray. So, oh man, yeah, it's a
You're
lot.
almost relieved that Ahsoka is there to be like, "Look, you are not gonna beat this guy. Like, don't even try. Just get out of there."
Yeah, just run, run. I feel like that's
Run!
the best advice you can give to someone.
Right.
The Summer Snips is my first real program as programming director here on the channel. So we've got most of the shows like throughout participating in some way, shape, or form. This Thursday, we're doing the watch along of the Clone Wars movie, which is where Ahsoka
Woo!
got her start. So that's exciting.
Yes.
The Jedi Archives boys later during the program are going to be covering some Tales of the Jedi, which is going to be really cool. We've also got Unifying Force doing some Ahsoka related topics later on. So that's going to be really fun. And of course, Daughters of the Galaxy. Ashley, who are some of the women that we're going to be looking at over the next upcoming weeks?
So we are going to kick off next show with Padme Amidala, as we talked about earlier. We are also going to be going into Sabine and Hera and um, Satine, um,
I think Mon Mothma's on there
Mon
too.
Mothma
Yeah.
definitely, and Ahsoka. Like, honestly, the buildup this month is going to be huge, and it's going to
Yeah.
be fun.
And we're gonna get like more trailers and TV spots and all that kind of stuff before the show even airs. Yeah, as a
Exactly.
reminder, they moved the release date for Ahsoka to Wednesday, August 23rd. So they moved it up by like what was it, 8 days or something? Which,
Yeah,
by the
it's
way, I
not
like that it's on a Wednesday now.
right.
Yeah,
It's not almost September. It's
yeah,
now officially in the month of August.
yeah,
So
which
it's
is
not
fantastic.
hanging on to August by a thread. It is actually August. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And of course, throughout the month of June and July and August, we will be covering all of this, and we're going to bring some guests on as well. We have
Yeah,
some co-hosts from the other shows who are going to be swinging by. We're going to be visiting some of the other shows. I have some people from the outside who are coming on, and maybe a special guest from Rebels at some point. So it's tricky with those because we have to like lock in dates before we can announce anything. But
absolutely.
we are
Yeah.
actively working on more guests because I know you
As you
guys.
know.
Yeah, the response was incredible when we had Vanessa Marshall on. People like lost their damn minds. People
Queen.
loved seeing Taylor. They were really happy with Philip Anthony Rodriguez's interview. We did an hour and a half with him. Like he had a ton of great stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it was so much fun to talk with all three of them and kind of get their unique perspectives of what it was like to be a part of this, and what it's like to be a voiceover actor. So we hope to continue with this trend and
Mhm.
bring on some more guests for you guys, and so you can hear their unique perspectives on everything and Rebels and everything Star Wars and what they do in the industry.
Yeah, and there's so much to talk about now. I mean, before we end the night, which actually we've closed a little bit early, which is we've never done. I wanted to talk a little bit about the video game trailer that just got revealed. Did you see the new Outlaws game? I guess
I
is what it's
didn't
called. This
I
open
haven't
world
watched it yet,
situation.
but I really, really like the premise,
Yeah,
and of course, it's got a cute little alien figure and,
it always does. So,
always.
from what I can tell, because they didn't really tell us much about, we didn't get a lot of details, right? Outlaws is open world. It looks really cinematic. There's a female lead character and a cute little shoulder-sized alien. That seems to be the thing now, right? Where it's like we've got Cal Kestis and BD, and then this lady and her little like creature
Oh, right.
situation. There's always a
Yeah.
companion piece, right? Because
Yeah.
then you can do like little grab missions kind of thing. It's like, oh, go
Well, and
steal
I
that
was
little.
hoping
Yeah,
it was Afra too. How cool would that be? It'd be like, okay,
that'd be
she's
great.
finally starting to like get off the comic page and onto the
Yeah,
screen in some form. And yeah.
yeah. Um,
First open world Star Wars game.
yeah, so it looks really fun. I mean, look, they didn't show any gameplay footage from what I saw. It was just the
The
cutscenes and
announcement.
whatnot,
Oh,
but it
cool.
looks really sweeping. It's supposed like they showed Han and Carbonite and they showed Boba Fett. And it looks like that's
Ooh.
set between or around Empire Strikes Back into Return of the Jedi, like that kind
Mm.
of time frame, and it's all around potentially bounty hunters. It wasn't really clear what the main objective of the game was, except there might be a bounty hunter related mission. Um, but I don't know. I'm also not a good gamer, I'll be honest. Like this is a
Yeah,
blind
I live for
spot
the
in my.
cutscenes. I live
Yeah,
for watching other people play.
yes.
Just give me the old school games and the emulator. I'm good. This is a little too I'm
Yeah.
classic. I ended at PS2. So,
Yeah.
I just again,
I
I love the cutscenes and I've been watching them religiously for, Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. So, I will be tuning in as
Survivor's
much
a
as I could
blast.
for that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dave says Outlaw is just gonna turn into Second Life for all of us, just hanging out, wandering, touring the galaxy. Yep,
No,
most
I'm
likely.
busy over here. Do that on the Facebook page. So, that's the thing is like,
Yeah.
we could all do that, but in theory, that I could see it taking over your life. Apparently, people are drowning in Survivor right now because you can play and play and play and play. There's so much content,
Oh,
all the
man, that's
side quests
awesome.
and everything else, which is great to hear.
All the
Um,
customizations, yeah.
yeah, because we know what's coming, right? Ahsoka is August 23rd, like we mentioned, but there isn't anything Star Wars happening right now other than Survivor. We're counting down. That's why we're creating this content for you guys to get ready. But what happens after Ahsoka? Is Skeleton Crew filmed? Is it done? Can they go into post production? Is
I
there
think
going to
they
be a
are in post for
strike?
Skeleton
Like,
Crew. Yeah, I think they're in post.
I hope so, because
Yeah.
like the strike is looming, which it's gonna go for a while. I think that we're gonna see a bump
Yeah.
in content in 24 because of that. Um, WGA, has been out for a little while. I think Screen Actors Guild will follow. Directors Guild supposedly has a deal, but the Directors Guild is so much more closer into management than WGA and SAG. So SAG-AFTRA, I should say. Um, so I don't know what's going to happen, but if I were a betting man, I would put money on like the strike, and then it'll probably go for like a good 90 days. So that takes you through the summer, and we'll see what it
Absolutely.
does to 2024 content.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I'm
hoping they
anticipating
figure it
anyway.
out sooner than later because, they're between the writers' strike and now this. It's just how
Yeah,
many people need to strike before those executives cough up the cash?
yeah. I think that it's a war of attrition, and I think that the writers are ready to wait until they get what they need, because it's too risky to back down at the moment. And I do think SAG-AFTRA is going to strike. Like, I
Yep.
believe me, I have no
Agreed.
I have no insider information on this. Like, if anything, I work more closely with the studios than I do with the actors. But my ear is more so to the studios. I think they're going to strike, and I think they're going to come out successfully in their contract in September. That's what I'm anticipating will happen. So.
Mm.
Yeah,
So that's a whole summer.
yeah. I know, and by then content will start drying up. And we already don't have late night TV at this point now, right? And I don't know how many people are still watching the Jimmy Kimmels of the world and everyone, but
Oh,
like,
I love
oh,
Colbert.
Peter
Yeah.
Smith has joined the chat.
Hey, it's the big
Why are
winner.
you here? Are you here to collect a bounty, sir? Could that be the
Congratulations,
reason?
Peter.
Yeah. Congrats, congrats. Thank you for joining. Congrats to Peter. I'm gonna hide the comments so we can say congrats, Peter. Um, Thank
Yay.
you guys. And you joined at the perfect time because we're only about a minute left in the episode, and we're actually going to end on time tonight, guys. This is one of our goals
Yeah,
for
write this down in the record books, kids,
yeah,
because this won't happen very
the
often.
shorter show. We had our little countdown in the beginning. We had a video that played pre-reel. And I think we've already covered all the things that we need you to tune in
Yeah.
on. And as a reminder, on the Facebook page, invite your friends. If you know someone who is a Star Wars fan who loves going to conventions, doing live meetups, watching our content, of course, follow us on all our social channels, Virtual Cantina Network, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Hive. If anyone's still using Hive, I'm trying TikTok. But invite people to the Facebook group as well. We're right around 60,000 members, and there's always something interesting happening. We're going to have live meetups throughout the year. We've obviously got all the various shows on the network. Every Monday, you'll now see me posting the schedule for the week ahead to make it easy. And then each day, every host will tell you what's happening. So keep and we're going to see scheduled posts of like when you could then join the stream when it goes live to make
Yeah.
programming even easier. So we're excited about that. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe
Yes.
on YouTube. Those are the big things. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're a Facebook fan and you're in the group, subscribe to the YouTube as well so then you get notifications. Ring that bell and it'll tell you when something new is published from the channel so you don't miss anything. I know there'll be times when I was like, oh, right, like this Sunday was Jedi Archives. You get the bell telling you that they're going live right now. So that'll keep you up to
Absolutely.
date on all the content.
Yeah, you definitely want those notifications
Yep.
on. And I know we've had a lot more content available and a lot more shows joining the fray. So this definitely helps make it easier for everybody to know what to tune into and when. So we're excited. Like StreamYard has made this thing so much easier for everybody. So we can't wait to have you join us in the next show. Ring
Yep.
the bell.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone who joined us. And
Thank
look at
you.
us letting you go. Oh, 10:01. Oh my God, we're late. 10:01. 10:01. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us this week. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
week for Siege of Lothal Part 2, and tune in Thursday for the Clone Wars movie.
Yes, don't miss it. See us in the chats.
All right. Bye,
May the
guys. May
force
the
be
force
with
be
you.
with you.
Bye.